Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. Today we'll be discussing the India versus Sri Lanka ODI series and the current match going on between New Zealand and Pakistan. The score update is New Zealand and their 50 overs have made 255 for 9 wickets. Naseem Shah, brilliant performance. He's taken 5 wickets, a 5-wicket haul. Excellent bowling performance, some great pace and good slower deliveries also. Bracewell and Tom Latham top scoring with 43 and 42 respectively. We've got some boys in the house. Ismail bhai, assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam. Dr. Foodie Doc साहब भी आ गए. क्या बात है, माशाल्लाह. Thank you so much for joining. तो आज हम बात कर रहे हैं, मतलब पहले पाकिस्तान न्यूजीलैंड का जो मैच चल रहा है, उसके बाद इंडिया और श्रीलंका का जो प्रीव्यू करेंगे. वनडे सीरीज रोहित भाई का प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हो गया, उसमें 2-3 इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें बोल चुके हैं, तो वो डिस्कस करेंगे. मैं बस मेरे को होस्ट फैज के लिए वेट करूं, मगर जब तक आपको अपडेट दे दूंगा पाकिस्तान और न्यूजीलैंड का. I think a very good performance with the ball from Pakistan from the start. की मतलब wickets ले रहे थे. They kept New Zealand under pressure. New Zealand a few partnerships, मगर nobody crossed the 50 mark with the bat, and that was the problem. कोई set नहीं हुआ. Latham, he got in, he got out. Kane Williamson got in, got out. Also, credit to Usama Mir, the way he bowled brilliant. Leg spin bowling. The ball he bowled to Williamson was one of the best balls of the day, and also Nawaz का जो भी delivery था, वो भी जबरदस्त था. तो Pakistan with both pace and spin were very effective, and they made it difficult for New Zealand to get off the blocks. वो ये भी है, pitch थोड़ा सा grip हो रहा, मतलब आप देख सकते हैं turn भी है. फास्ट बॉलर्स को भी अगर आप चेंज अप कर रहे हैं पेस, तो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो रहा है, दिक्कत हो रहा है बैट्समैन को. तो मेरे ख्याल से अभी अगर ड्यू नहीं है तो फिर थोड़ा सा चैलेंजिंग स्कोर हो सकता है 250, बट ओनली टाइम विल टेल. बट दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ chase or kind of target जो बाबर को पसंद है. Babar is one, they'll take their time, they'll rotate the strike. When boundaries are on offer, they'll get those boundaries, I think. But let's see what happens. I'm still not 100% convinced that Pakistan will chase it comfortably, but I think they should win. I have rarely seen Chirag bhai, thank you so much for joining. I've rarely seen Naseem get hit, man. It's that pace, it's that excellent pace. If you look at his economies, actually, he got hit for 56, 57 runs in his 10 overs, but he's outstanding, and if he can stay fit, this guy is going to be a world class bowler. It's that pace, and also he's very clever. It's not just bhai raw pace aap dal rahe hain aur pareshan kar rahe hain batsman ko. wo jo uski slower delivery se, cutter se, the way where he pitches it, and he uses it in the death overs as well. तो batsman confused रहता है. अगर आप वो last wicket Santner का देखे, वहां पे Santner was expecting a quick ball, he backed away, मगर फिर वो cutter था, and he chipped it to covers. So that's the thing with Naseem Shah. He's a very intelligent bowler, not just कि भाई आके तेज डालो और घुटने तोड़ दो, like सर फोड़ दो बैट्समैन का, वैसा नहीं है. Like of course he can do that if he wants to with that pace, लेकिन बहुत clever bowler है, उसको पता है pitch कैसा assess करना है और किधर pitch करना है बॉल को. He assesses the pitch very well. उसको पता चल जाता है कि भाई ये line length रहेगा मेरा, ये pace रहेगा, and the way he was changing up the pace today, you could clearly tell उसको अंदाजा था कि भाई कहाँ डालना है ये पिच पे, किधर डालना है, वो समझ गया था. From New Zealand's point of view, like I mentioned, they won't be happy, especially with the batsmen getting starts. अगर आप ठीक है, like सब all out हो गए 150 में, किसी को start नहीं मिला, ठीक है, मैं समझ सकता हूँ कि पाकिस्तान outclassed you with the ball, but over here when you were getting in, फिर आप out हो जा रहे थे, that is something that which is disappointing for them, especially आप 30-40 पे आगे, you want to convert that. एक तो बड़ा score convert करना चाहिए था उसमें से, and I felt Latham was the guy because he plays spin really well. अगर आप आज देखें उनका जो performance against spin, he played the sweep shot really well, so slog sweep and then reverse sweep as well. तो उन्हें spin बहुत अच्छा खेलता है, उन्हें ball को बहुत अच्छा read करता है, line length उसको पता चल जाता है spinner का, and ball turn भी हो रहा था, he knows how to play against and with the turn. So I was surprised after he got that start, got in the way he got out. I was surprised. Glenn Phillips थोड़ा struggle किया मेरे हिसाब से. I know he's a sunriser और we want him to do well, लेकिन the way he played today, he did struggle with the strike rate also. Boundaries नहीं मिल रहे थे वैसा free flowing, और dot balls बहुत खेल लिया उन्हें. He wasn't able to rotate the strike, and I think that kind of frustrated Tom Latham, in my opinion, and that's how they lost the wickets. मेरे co-host आ गए यहाँ पे. अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
वालेकुम सलाम. Naseem boy, अस्सलाम वालेकुम. Naseem boy.
Fair enough, man. You picked him in as your fantasy pick. 5 wicket ले लिया, point soaring, dream 11 आपको
fantasy निकाल दिया और डेविन कॉनवे को निकाल दिया, नहीं खुद ही फैंटेसी कैंसिल हो गया मसला.
हाँ, मतलब मगर 5 विकेट लिया भाई, तो you've been enjoying him since that World Cup. I've seen him even in the Asia Cup, the way he bowled to Surya Kumar, like it was just, you have to watch out for this bowler. But the good thing is bhai कि उन्हें fit Herrera is back, and that injury he recovered quickly, and now he's bowling really quick and causing some trouble, man, for the bats.
Yeah, and especially Yorker, आप जो बोल रहे थे देखो too much था वो Yorker delivery जो डाला उन्हें, and
आपके ओपिनियन से ऑलरेडी लोग डिसएग्री कर रहे हैं, वो भी बड़े बड़े लोग.
एक डायलॉग है मैं बाद में बोलूंगा इंशाल्लाह. खैर, तो मैं क्या बोल रहा था, यस के
नसीम सलाम बोल रहे हैं आपको.
वालेकुम सलाम.
25 साल से चार मीनार में बैठे हुए हैं.
इस्माइल भाई चार मीनार पे. इस्माइल भाई भी क्रिकेट शुरू कर दिए, तुमने शुरू करे. आई थिंक इट वाज इस्माइल भाई वाज क्रिकेट देखना चाह रहा हूं मैं. डॉक्टर साहब गुस्से में दिख रहे. डॉक्टर साहब गुस्से में नहीं, डॉक्टर साहब खाली उंगली करने आए मेरे को यहाँ पे. तो एक मिनट, चिराग भाई भी आ चुके हैं. आई थिंक a lot of people already joined. I was late. So anyway, coming to Naseem Chai or Mustafa, like I told you, this guy is phenomenal. Young age. I think it's his second fifer in a row. One like Wakari was talking about his Netherlands against the Dalata spell wo, and then abhi back to back. He looks fresh after that shoulder injury. Haris also thoda disappointed tha main, he didn't bowl that well. But yeah, the leg spinners, I think the Pakistani bowling was very well disciplined, good line and length. They maintained it through. New Zealand didn't get any chance despite being a flat and dry wicket. I thought New Zealand अच्छा 300 350 मारने के काबिल तो है with the players that they have in their arsenal, but they didn't just show up for, unfortunately.
With the ball gripping, do you think abhi second half mein due nahi padi, to New Zealand also have a chance with their bowlers, with their bowling lineup, they can trouble Pakistan, especially agar dono ऊपर के दो अगर उखाड़ लिया तो Babar and Rizwan को, तो फिर New Zealand को chance बनता है game में, because 250 is still a defendable score, but it depends on how the pitch will play out, अगर due है नहीं है and everything.
Yeah, definitely it's all upon the fast bowler. Again, अगर like you said, due factor नहीं है, slow नहीं हुआ ball and stuff like that, but मेरे हिसाब से आई थिंक पाकिस्तान चेज कर लेते हैं अभी जैसे लाइक ऑलरेडी 1 महीने से यहाँ कराची में बैठे हुए ना, कैंप डाल के हर कंडीशन देख ले यहाँ पे.
यही जवाब है. आपका जवाब सही है, लाइक एवरीथिंग इज गुड, बट पाकिस्तान पिचेस प्रॉब्लम, ये भी प्रॉब्लम है जो फैज पॉइंट आउट करा. 1 महीने से कराची में बैठे हुए हैं, तो आप कितना खेलेंगे एक स्टेडियम में, वो भी इंटरनेशनल लेवल के मैच. हर मैच आप वहीं खेल रहे हैं.
या नेक्स्ट 2 मैचेस आल्सो आर हियर ओनली. आई थिंक पूरा ये सीरीज कराची में. शर्म की बात है भाई, थोड़ा दूसरी जगह भी जाओ. पेट्रोल के पैसे नहीं है तो आई डोंट नो क्या बोलना है अब ऐसे सीलों में, लेकिन it's just a very big issue. And yeah, coming to New Zealand's bowling, hopefully that guy Shipley we're talking about, the guy with the big height and stuff, he can do some damage early on. Yeah, and along with him, I think there'll be Southey who's going to be trying to get some early wickets. Early wickets milling up, probably pressure आएगा. अब वो middle order कैसा संभालती? We know Pakistan usually have a problem in that middle order stabilization, what we saw in the T20 World Cup also, which towards the end it's sort of fixed, but yeah, still not very well because Nawaz is, predictably.
match winner, Nawaz, match winner.
match winner.
तो video याद है? मेरा मैच विनर है नवाज.
नवाज है and हारिस सोहेल I don't know उन्हें भी उतना great अभी तक दिखा नहीं मेरे को. आगा सलमान is someone that can actually hold up the phone.
Yeah.
Apart from that, there's some other people. But Osama Mir Mustafa, what did you think about him, his leg spinning debut, and get that ball that he bowled to Kane Williamson? Yaro, phenomenal delivery.
I think the most unluckiest thing about him is he's in competition with Shahzad Khan, and Shahzad Khan bats. Otherwise, I was very impressed. जो bowling करा आज उन्हें line length जो पकड़ा उन्हें flight दिया, and that ball to Williamson got the ball to turn. That's why I still feel New Zealand is in this game because there is turn in this pitch on offer. And मेरे हिसाब से अगर New Zealand spinners भी अच्छा डाले, they learn the way this youngster bowled. I think they'll have a good chance. But he was outstanding, man. क्या flight डाला, क्या accuracy थी उसकी, and to get Williamson as your wicket, that's just unbelievable stuff. So yeah, great performance from him. And even Nawaz, that ball he bowled, जबरदस्त beat करा था उन्हें जो bowled करा था. That was a really good ball.
I think Darren Mitchell को bold करा था उन्हें. Similar kind of delivery off spinner के line से leg spinner को डाला था.
और सेट था मिचेल. और यही मैं बोल रहा था तुम आने से पहले कि भाई इन लोग सारे सेट थे बैट्समैन, 30-40 बना रहे and they couldn't convert, which is a mistake from them, but it also shows that Pakistan kept at it, and it's probably not the easiest pitch to bat on, but at the same time the bowling was very accurate throughout. Chirag bhai, no, if Shine comes back, how will any team hit the pace attack? सारे bowler fast, सारे swing करते, reverse swing भी करते, very strong for World Cup.
Yeah, very strong for World Cup, but again, ये सिर्फ एक ही पिच पे खेले ना कराची में खेल रहे. So I don't know. I mean, yes, definitely it is a very, very well balanced, very, very dangerous pace attack. When if Shine comes, I think आज Shine था सुबह में वहाँ पे pitch में, he was practicing his injury out and he was testing it. So नहीं मालूम, he could be is he there in the squad? I'm not sure. I don't think he's there in the squad for the ODI series, but yeah, he would definitely be a very big addition to this current one. Haris Rauf, Mustafa, I'm not very impressed. Haris Rauf was actually
coming back from injury, right?
Worst of the bowlers, and but again, credit to like Babar and his team that the discipline they had in the bowling. They didn't give a lot of runs. They didn't give a lot of extras. Everybody maintained their line and length. It was very good to see that. But yeah, I think New Zealand also. I think थोड़ा डर के भी खेला. I don't know, थोड़ा बहुत पिच समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. बाउंस था थोड़ा बहुत जगह पे बाउंस.
पिच भी स्टिकी था. It wasn't like flat. I don't think 300 की विकेट थी ये. लेकिन अब only time will tell. अगर जब पाकिस्तान बैट हमारे को अच्छा अंदाजा हो जाएगा पिच का. लेकिन अगर ड्यू नहीं पड़ी, maybe it might be a tricky chase because अगर said batsman out हो रहे, of course that it goes to show that the batsman also should be more careful with the wicket. But some of the deliveries जैसा मिचेल और विलियमसन का डिलीवरी आप कुछ ज्यादा कर नहीं सकते थे. तो मेरे हिसाब से there is something in that pitch and New Zealand will challenge. बताओ क्या है prediction मैच का?
Prediction, I think, I mean, Babar Rizwan, if they get going, then yeah, Pakistan have it easy. If Babar Rizwan together, I feel they'll have like 100 partnership. मेरे को लग रहा कि they'll be able to scoop 100 partnership today.
100 partnership, huh? Babar and Rizwan. Yeah. So you think Pakistan will see this?
Yeah, Pakistan will see this through आराम से. I think it shouldn't be a big problem given the जिस तरीके का total है, जिस तरीके का 50 over का भी match, if I'm not wrong, for people who watch this match, it looked like the day one of a test match. इतना slow जा रहा था, इतना slow टुक ही चल रहा था मसला. So yeah, I mean, अभी भी I think वो fail में से नहीं निकले बेचारे New Zealand of a test match. But at least there was some crowd today and something to look forward to. Brilliant bowling from Naseem. That's what made me watch this match actually. Naseem की जितने भी बार Naseem over डाला था, I was glued to it.
Yep. Now the next 5 minutes I will shut up, and this is Fresh's segment, so we're going into Fresh Off the Press.
Take out your sandwiches because Rohit Sharma is back. Rohit Sharma bhai has given a press conference. Did you see the press conference?
I've seen bits of it. I didn't see the full.
Bhai, बहुत सीधा खुलासा हो गया उधर. Who's going to be back in the wicket keeping stance? KL Rahul is back. Ishan Kishan is not going to play. Unfortunately, Rohit Sharma had made this
comment. ऐसा खुला कैसा बोल दिया मैच से पहले? नॉर्मली
स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड बोल दिया कि नहीं है ईशान किशन शुभमन गिल के साथ खेलना चाह रहा हूं मैं. And I was just a sad thing to hear कि भाई कि time to exit. जा भाई जा चल.
रुको मैं भी बोलता हूँ बीच में. हाँ बोलो फर्स्ट.
क्या बोल रहे बीच में?
नहीं मैं डॉक्टर साहब को बोल रहा हूँ रुक जाओ, मैं भी बोलता हूँ बीच में.
दोनों मिलके बबरी कर रहे बोलो. But yeah, so initially let's go bit by bit for his press conference. What are your thoughts? Like Ishan Kishan is out, KL Rahul is back, and he did say a few controversial things, like contradictory things rather, that we're going to play one team and we're going to look at the form and so there's a lot of things that he discussed in this press conference. But yeah, initial thoughts on Shubman Gill and Ishan Kishan out and probably KL Rahul back in.
मैन उन्हें 200 मारा लास्ट गेम में ईशान किशन, उसको ड्रॉप मार दी, वो भी एक मैच से एक दिन पहले. लाइक यू नो आई एम सरप्राइज्ड विद दैट डिसीजन. लेकिन इफ आई लुक एट शुभमन गिल एंड हिज स्टैट्स इन 2022 they've been good. Like he's also got like a few man of the series. He's batted well. He's not done much wrong. Yeah, sometimes it's been lesser opposition. Lekin like you know nothing to take away from Shubman Gill. But just the fact that the man scored a double hundred, I thought it's a bit surprising. Lekin either way it's okay. Like you're going to have people saying yaar Ishan Kishan ko khilao. There's going to be people saying इसको बिठाओ शुभमन गिल को खिलाओ. Maybe the T20 performance might have something to say with it, where Shubman Gill was getting some runs and Ishan Kishan wasn't. Maybe that's something. Lekin the problem for me is the wicket keeping. I felt that Ishan Kishan should be your wicket keeper. KL Rahul पे already बंदा फंसा हुआ है बैटिंग के साथ. Let him focus on the batting. आप उसको विकेट कीपिंग भी दे दिया, उन्हें परेशान हो जाएंगे. ऑलरेडी परेशान रहता है.
वाइस कैप्टनसी को हगा ले, उसको वाइस कैप्टनसी नहीं समझ में आ रही थी, द पोजीशन जो कभी कोई लेते भी नहीं. बट yeah, I mean it's just shocking कि KL Rahul को आप विकेट कीपिंग भी ऐड कर दे रहे, डिस्पाइट आप वाइस कैप्टनसी भी उसको ड्रॉप करे एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. बट मेरे लिए उन्हें जस्टिफिकेशन ये दिया in the press conference that Shubman Gill has, yeah, I understand Ishan Kishan has double hundred mara और बेहतरीन पारी थी and stuff like that, but Shubman Gill has been doing this consistently throughout 2022, so this is why we want to give these kind of chances. And now we want to do it on the basis of current form and recent form भी देखते हुए in one format. So he's basically saying आप T20
current form में तो कप्तान बैठ गया.
वही बोल रहा हूँ मैं, T20 फॉर्म और ODI फॉर्मेट आप सेम करके आप देखो ना को, आप ओडीआई में ओडीआई को रखो, T20 में T20 को रखो, तो भाई फिर आप ही नहीं रहना टीम में, वैसा देखे तो. So it didn't make sense, but he was just trying to make it like as like क्या बोल सकते, diplomatic as
50-50 call. I think like there's going to be Shubman fans who will be happy, there'll be Ishan Kishan fans who won't be happy. It's a 50-50 call. You have to take a brave call over there.
based on the
उसको मिडिल ऑर्डर में घुसा सकते थे. एक आई थिंक शुभमन गिल को मिडिल ऑर्डर में करके ईशान किशन को ओपन भी करा सकते थे, ये भी ऑप्शन था, या वाइस वर्सा.
Yeah, but KL Rahul, I think one down, like he plays one down or two down, how are you going to play then?
Virat Kohli one down and it'll be, I think KL at 3, at 4 it'll be either Shreyas or Surya, and it looks like Shreyas Iyer will be at.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. अभी तो he said Shreyas Iyer के ऊपर भी थोड़े comments कर रहे थे कि like yeah, उन्हें अच्छा player है, अच्छा खासा he played in Bangladesh also for us. He also got us, I think, an 80 in against New Zealand. So he has been performing well. So Abhi, I think Surya does deserve this, but it's going to be a tough call for Rohit Sharma to take tomorrow. Apart from that, then they asked him about captaincy. एक format का captain कौन बनने वाला है, तो उन्हें भी जरा परेशान हो गया, अरे क्या पूछ रहे हैं मेरे से बोल के. But he said it's just too far away to think about, and based on his famous dialogue, मैं आगे का इतना सोचता नहीं. दोनों आगे का नहीं सोच के उसको जरा रफा दफा कर दिए थे कि अभी इट्स टू अर्ली टू कॉल के एक कैप्टन कौन बनने वाला है. वी विल सी इन द फ्यूचर. अभी तो वी जस्ट फोकस्ड ऑन द 50 ओवर वर्ल्ड कप एंड वी आर गोना सी अ मोर सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ अ टीम. आप सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ अ टीम देखोगे, एंड एनीबॉडी हु फेल्स इन 2 to 3 मैचेस विल नॉट बी ड्रॉप्ड फ्रॉम द स्क्वाड, इज व्हाट ही सेड.
Acha. The thing which was the most interesting for me is that I think we already discussed this. One day World Cup is coming, तो T20 लाइट लो, हम लोग सोच रहे नहीं, हम लोग खेलेंगे भी नहीं, बच्चों को खेलने दो. फिर जब T20 वर्ल्ड कप आता है, जब तक अगर हमारी फिटनेस है, फिर हम शायद घुस जाएंगे वापस. मगर अभी तो T20 लाइट है, जैसा लास्ट ईयर वन डेज लाइट थे, T20 लाइट लो और अभी वनडे पे पूरा फोकस डालो.
वही है, वही
IPL is necessity.
IPL इस पैसे बनाने की मशीन ना. फिर मालदीव्स कैसे जाते हैं, फिर सैंडविचेस कैसे.
That's the only T20 cricket I think you'll see Kohli and Rohit Sharma play until the World Cup. That's just my opinion.
I guess fair call, because yeah, they're more or less focused on that 50-over World Cup. They want to make a very core squad. वही बोल रहे कि भाई you'll see a lot of similar players throughout the season in the 50-over format. You won't see a lot of changes. If anybody does fail also, they'll have the chance to come back into the squad. We'll not drop them. वो लंबी रस्सी का एक तरीके से देखे तो अच्छा है. And we're now it's not going to be selection criteria will not be on the basis of 2 formats में आप अच्छा परफॉर्म करे. एक फॉर्मेट सेपरेटली लेंगे. अगर ओडीआई फॉर्मेट में बंदा अच्छा परफॉर्म करते गए कंसिडर, फिर उसको कंसिडरेशन में लेंगे. ये नहीं कि T20 में जबरदस्त है तो उनको ओडीआई में भी ला लो, ओडीआई में जबरदस्त है तो T20 में मान लो क्रिस क्रॉस नहीं खेलने का है. वन फॉर्मेट वन सिलेक्शन क्राइटेरिया इज व्हाट ही इज सेइंग, बट वील हैव टू सी. इट्स अ लॉन्ग ईयर अहेड.
और जसप्रीत बुमराह इज रूल्ड आउट. पहले वापस आए, फिर चले गए, आ रहे हैं जा रहे हैं, आ रहे हैं जा रहे हैं, खेल रहे भी नहीं.
मेरे को उसका लॉजिक समझ में नहीं आया भाई. जब आपको मालूम बंदा फ्रेश ऑफ इंजरी आ रहा, तो आप उसको डालना ही चाहिए कोई इमीडिएटली इधर टीम में. आप क्या बोल रहे हो, उन्हें आया, उन्हें बॉलिंग करा, उसको बैक. ऑब्वियसली इज कमिंग बैक फ्रॉम अ लॉन्ग इंजरी, यू डोंट वांट टू रिस्क हिम. We don't want.
Why is he not being able to come back from injury? It's been a long time, man. क्या हो गया भाई? एशिया कप से पहले से की बात है ये, अभी की बात नहीं है। आप like एक दो महीने की बात नहीं है, ये कब से है बात? Whenever he's coming back, he's getting injured. What is the problem, man?
No,
अभी
so this,
ये भी है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज में भी डाउट है उन्हें, टेस्ट सीरीज में।
मेरे हिसाब से ये वाला कॉल अच्छा है, क्योंकि देखो भाई मैच फिटनेस नहीं है बॉय को, बहुत टाइम से उन्होंने नहीं खेला भाई मैच, अब नहीं खेला, फैक्ट फेस करना पड़ता अपने को। इज नॉट देयर सिंस लाइक बिफोर द T20 वर्ल्ड कप, इज नॉट देयर। तो भाई 4-5 महीने आप पकड़ लो हाथ में, उन्होंने नहीं खेला। 4-5 महीने के बाद आप सीधा आके उन्होंने जस्ट ऐसा निकले हॉस्पिटल के दरवाजों में से निकल के आप मैच खेलो, वो तो पागलपन है। तो ऑब्वियसली आपको पूरा
ये है कि भाई उन्हें वापस आया स्क्वाड में, ट्रेनिंग में फिर शायद इंजर हो गया ना फिर से, राइट? तो द वे यू आर सेइंग इट, he's got injured again. Like he keeps getting injured. That is the problem. So there's no positive in this, bro. अगर ये होता था कि भाई अगर उसको पहले से अनाउंस नहीं करे स्क्वाड में और बोले कि भाई उन्हें उसको रेस्ट कराना है, it's gonna take time, then I understand. यहाँ पे उसको लेके आए आप स्क्वाड में, फिर आप अभी बोल रहे हैं कि भाई वो बंदा फिट
नहीं। आप लाना इसने था स्क्वाड में 1 2 ने वो बोला कि जस्ट टू मेक इट लाइक प्ले इट डाउन, और जल्दी जल्दी बोल दिया लाइक रोहित शर्मा लाइक या हैज अ माइनर, इट्स नथिंग बोल के इन्होंने खुद ही जल्दी जल्दी धोप दिया कि भाई नहीं माइनर थोड़ा उसको स्टिफनेस है बोल रहे। तो ही इज गेटिंग अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ बैक स्टिफनेस एंड वी जस्ट डोंट वांट टू रिस्क हिम, सो ही इज बीन विथड्रॉन फ्रॉम द टीम। चलो भाई ठीक है, लेट्स सी अगर विल स्टिफनेस है तो, अगर इफ ही इज सेइंग इट्स स्टिफनेस देन इट शुड बी फाइन टिल द ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज, लाइक दैट्स इन February, so you have a lot of time to make a stiff back straight.
आप मेरे को ये बात बोलो, आप अभी बोले मेरे को कि भाई उसको आराम से लेके आना, वो करना, लाइक एकदम से नहीं ले आना, फिर कैसा लेके आना एकदम से? ही इज गोइंग टू कम इन अ सीरीज ओनली।
Yeah, series, but see अब देखो from what we've been seeing, the way I'm looking at it, 5 महीने से इंजर्ड है बोल रहे, राइट? इंजर्ड इन दिसंबर एंडिंग उसको बोले कि he is not fit but he's gotten better, like उसकी ट्रीटमेंट हो गई। अब ट्रीटमेंट के बाद आप थोड़ा टाइम दो टू रिकूपरेट, राइट? लाइक ट्रीटमेंट या जो भी है, एंड देन स्लोली ले लेके आओ, इन द सेंस कि भाई जब बंदा खुद से बोलना कि हाँ भाई मैं ठीक हूँ। अभी आप NCA भेजे, क्या बोल के था, राइट? जसप्रीत बुमराह गोइंग टू गो टू NCA फॉर फर्दर rehab and like recovery. That still means that guy is not fit. Then the next day you see this guy in the ODI squad. So your news is only like upside down. Rather it should have been Jasprit Bumrah 100% fit. Now it makes sense, you know.
There's no clarity on the injury.
Yeah.
Why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long to get fit, bro? And Jadeja किधर है?
जडेजा भी इंजरी है अभी भी, जडेजा भाई भी घुटना लेकर ताक दिए। IPL में सब आ जाएंगे, टेंशन नहीं लेने का। बट मेरे हिसाब से तो अभी जसप्रीत बुमराह का कॉल सही है, because उन्हें वही बोल रहा था, he was saying the same thing, this guy is the biggest asset we have to listen to whatever Jasprit says. If he says he's not feeling well, and we're not going to risk him, he can do whatever he wants, in a way is what he said. So they want him for that 50 World Cup very fit.
Let's just take a few comments. Fakhar Zaman is part of playing 11 who was not even part of squad initially. एक दिन में कितना बदलती पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट। I think the reason for that is fitness पे sweat कर रहे थे उसका, like they were looking at his fitness results. Once he passed that, then they brought him back in. That's why ऐसा हुआ था चिराग भाई, from what I think. ये वाह क्या बात है, शुक्रिया भाईजान। शुभमन के नाम पे KL राहुल को खिला रहे हैं, मतलब
based on Shubman Gill, KL Rahul is playing. Because of Shubman Gill, KL Rahul is playing, or else Ishan Kishan would play. We wouldn't need KL Rahul, right?
Why bring him in ODI? T20 में लाओ, पहले 4 ओवर तो डालने दो।
नहीं यार, T20 में तो भी नहीं रिस्क कर सकते ना, because we want him to play a full 50 ओवर मैच। T20 में लाओगे,
कहीं ना कहीं उसको रिस्क करना है। देखो अगर तुम बोले कि भाई उसको डोमेस्टिक खिलाओ फिर लेके आओ, वो भी रिस्की है। हर जगह उन्हें जब आएगा, बिकॉज दिस गाइज लाइक ग्लास राइट नाउ, व्हेनेवर ही इज कमिंग इज गेटिंग इंजर्ड। रिस्क तो हर वक्त रहेगा। मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि भाई उन्हें ठीक क्यों नहीं हो रहा, प्रॉपर रिकवरी क्यों नहीं रही, उन्हें इन एंड आउट ऑफ द स्क्वाड क्यों हो रहा? दिस इज नॉट जस्टिफाइबल। आप जो बोल रहे ठीक है, मैं समझ सकता हूँ कि उसको रेस्ट देना, फिर आप बोल दो कि भाई दिस गाय अप्रैल तक फिट नहीं है, उन्हें IPL में उसको टेस्ट आउट करेंगे, 2-3 गेम खेलेंगे, जब तक उन्हें ठीक हो जाएगा फिर खिलाओ। आप क्लैरिटी दो अपने ऑडियंस को। आप क्या कर रहे हैं, उसको साउथ अफ्रीका में लेके आए, इंजर्ड हो गया, वर्ल्ड कप चले गया आपका, ठीक है। ये एशिया कप के बाद जो हुआ था सीरीज, एशिया कप में उसको लेके नहीं गए, तो फिर अभी आप लेके आए उसको स्क्वाड में बिकॉज यू वांट टू बिल्ड हिम फॉर दैट ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज। निकाल दिया स्क्वाड से, इंजर्ड है बोल के। अब उसको ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज में लेके आएंगे, फिर से इंजर्ड बोलेंगे, फिर क्या होगा? तो ये तो आप क्लैरिटी दो. और एंड व्हाट इज द मेडिकल स्टाफ डूइंग? यू शुड हैव, फैज, इफ यू आर इंजर्ड और थिंक, देयर शुड बी अ प्रॉपर डॉक्यूमेंटेड स्केड्यूल कि भाई उन्हें अब तक फिट होएगा, देन ही इज गोइंग टू डू सम एक्सरसाइजेस एंड व्हाटएवर, ही इज गोइंग टू डू नेट ट्रेनिंग, एंड देन इन दिस मंथ ही कैन स्टार्ट टू प्ले क्रिकेट, इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट. भाई इतना मॉडर्न साइंस, इतना वो है. आप 15 साल पहले की बात कर रहे हैं कि भाई आराम से आने दो उसको, ये वो. दिस इज लाइक मॉडर्न साइंस. ही दे शुड एटलीस्ट हैव अ थिंग, इवन इफ इट्स गोना टेक 2 years. आप बोल दो कि भाई इट्स गोना टेक सम टाइम. जैसा जोफ्रा आर्चर का मालूम था आपको, हाथ का वो हो गया, ग्लास छुप गया उसमें, ही इज आउट for a long time, and then he came back, he got injured, but that he's out, and now he's coming back in. You see him in Abu Dhabi training, you see him now in South Africa training. He's coming back into it, but there is clarity over there. यहाँ पे कोई clarity नहीं है. आप उसको लेके आ रहे जा रहे. जोफ्रा आर्चर को बिठा दिए थे, right? He was not in contention and anything.
हाथ कट गया था ना.
Until the last day to announce that squad, Rohit Sharma was trying to squeeze him in for the World Cup. अब बोलो.
So, अब इसमें वो भी हो सकता है ना, व्हाट जसप्रीत बुमराह इज सेइंग. जसप्रीत बुमराह भी बोल रहा होगा मैं फिट हूं, फिर उन्होंने एक बार बॉल डाल रहे नहीं, दरा दौरानी फिट हूं, नहीं दरा दौरानी फिट. अब उसके हिसाब से तो कैप्टन भी पागल हो जाएंगा ना. सी, मैं आपकी बात से
बिल्कुल सही है. तो ये बिल्कुल सही है, मगर फिर वैसा है तो बुमराह के हाथ से निकालना. मेडिकल टीम जो है उन लोग, दे शुड बी टेकिंग द कॉल, नॉट बुमराह. देन
इंजरी की एक्सटेंट नहीं मालूम क्या है, वो लोअर बैक है, स्लिप डिस्क है, क्या है बंदे को प्रॉब्लम
यही
समझ
तो
में
प्रॉब्लम है, एक्सटेंट ही नहीं मालूम.
एग्जैक्टली. तो वही से ना, वो मेडिकल स्टाफ को कोई सवाल नहीं करे लोग. अभी भी वही दे नॉट आस्किंग द राइट क्वेश्चंस व्हाट वी बीन सेइंग लॉन्ग टाइम से, कि भाई सवाल सही पूछने का है ना अपने को भी. This bowler will make you in bilateral and Bumrah will walk them into the World Cup. How is it fair to them? Yeah, definitely. It's not going to be fair to them, but like that's what he said in the press conference, Chirag bhai, that he is open for Bumrah is the most important bowler in India right now. I think most of everyone agrees to that fact that he can walk into any team, is what this was said on our podcast, right, Mustafa? So मेरे हिसाब से भी fair नहीं है वो चीज, but that is Jasprit Bumrah for you, that he is the one who will get you the death overs and stuff. Despite अभी जिस तरीके से अगर अभी के हिसाब में देखें, he can walk into the team right now because Arshdeep wasn't that great in the death over and stuff like that. So Jasprit Bumrah has that thing in him that he can walk into any team, but I don't think it's fair. But then again,
if you had to make one change in the T20 World Cup semi-final, what would you do?
Yeah, you'd have Jasprit Bumrah move. What's his name? कौन था अपना पेस बॉलर?
जो भी था, you take out one pacer and bring in Bumrah, right? So that's what I'm saying. So like the point here though is, where I agree with him, is he can't walk into the team without playing matches, because then he'll get injured. That is not going to help India. He'll only walk into the team after playing 2-3 series, because उसका खुद fitness concern है. He's not just going to come भाई मैं injury से वापस आ गया सीधा World Cup, not playing 1 year of cricket. वैसा तो होएगा ही नहीं.
नहीं, देखो मेरे हिसाब से, देखो जिस तरीके से रोहित शर्मा डाउन प्ले करा ये बात को, he just said कि अभी भाई he's saying it's minor, and he himself claimed कि भाई we as a precaution.
You believe that it's minor? Then why hasn't he played for the last 5 months, bro?
No, minor in the sense not the injury. Now अभी जो उसको stiffness का issue है, the back, अभी नेट्स में जब उन्हें डाल रहा था, he was bowling, but in the nets then he felt stiff after the session, which is obviously I feel कि it's going to happen, because जब injury होती है आपकी, अपन भाई ये 5-10 दिन के बाद जब खेलते हैं पकड़ लेता. देखो अगर वो ऐसा stiffness है, I don't know, then you can carry on that stiffness and it will get you oil it by time and you फिर range of motion आता 10 सीधा रहते. But ये अब ये जो stiffness भाई बात कर रहे हैं, उसके बेसिस पे अगर आप बिठा रहे, then I don't get it. And maybe अब बुमराह ही बोल रहा होगा भाई अभी नको रे भाई सीधा ऑस्ट्रेलिया में खेलता हूँ. It's his call, man, I think. But he will definitely play a few games before. It's not possible like he'll just walk into that without playing a single game in 10 months. Then everyone will question that. That's going to be ridiculous.
इंडिया के नुकसान होगा वो. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है इसमें. And any hints on which spinner will play? Chahal, Kuldeep, will they play along?
Anything. He like basically उन्होंने बहुत ज्यादा टीम के सवाल नहीं reply करे. He only talked about Shubman up front because he said Shubman Gill.
वो तो डायरेक्ट बोल दिया भाई.
डायरेक्ट बोल दिया. उसके बाद हार्दिक पांड्या कुछ कैप्टनसी के बारे में पूछे तो he said it's too early. He spoke about Jasprit Bumrah and then that's about it. उन्हें ज्यादा कुछ बात नहीं करता. उन्हें I think 4-5-10 मिनट का कुछ था वो, and he just wrapped it up quickly.
So Akshar Patel will be your one spinner. The other spinner, would you go Chahal or Kuldeep?
Kuldeep. I'm going with Kuldeep because Chahal had his time in 3 T20s. I think it's time for Kuldeep to come in and show what he can do. And
with Shami and Siraj, Arshdeep and Umran, you have to drop one.
Shami, Siraj?
Arshdeep and Umran.
I'll drop Shami because Siraj. Siraj is very good in the test series against Bangladesh. He was looking phenomenal. I think he deserves the chance. Arshdeep came back well in the second T20 that he played. And because and death over option, or because there's no death over obviously in this, it's 50 overs, but like still he can save you runs and stuff. And then Umran Malik, we need that express pace. So I think Shami will get dropped, in my opinion.
Most experienced bowler.
Yeah, but again, अब नहीं बोल सकते यार अब
Because the
ये
thing is,
भी
also
fire
for me, it's one of Arshdeep and Umran. I'll tell you why. I think is because 50 over mein, I still feel they're backing Shami. They're backing Siraj, of course. They're hoping that Bumrah comes back and they want one youngster because I don't know if they will go with two youngsters bowling 10 overs. अगर एक में से अगर दोनों पिट गए तो कोई प्रॉब्लम आता है. I mean वैसा नहीं है कि शमी भी वाइट बॉल में पिट सकता है, वैसा नहीं है, मगर उसके पास वो
but
एक्सपीरियंस.
experience.
He's
Yeah,
played 2 World Cups, right? 2015, 2019, 250 over World Cups. He gives you that experience. With no Jasprit Bumrah, I think he'll want Shami to lead the attack going into the World Cup. And this will probably be Shami's last World Cup, in my opinion. So I think they will still back Shami. Siraj is really improved as a white ball bowler. He's done brilliantly in 2022 in ODIs in specific with the, especially with the new ball, he's been outstanding in the power play. And just at the back end, if so for example, if Arshdeep is going to bowl or Umran's going to bowl, I think Shami being alongside them will help. He can discuss and give them those tips. He'll play that Zahir Khan role, especially if Bumrah is not there. He might have to play the Zahir Khan role going into the World Cup.
yeah.
Vinesh Bhai is agreeing with you. Siraj, Arshdeep, Umran should play. Look, in T20s, I would go with this kind of lineup. I would go with both youngsters, and I wouldn't go Shami, but in one days, I just feel that Shami will be important. That's just my opinion. It doesn't mean that he won't be expensive or anything like that. But if pura context agar lete hain, experience dekhte hain, and he can be like the bowling captain in the team. So I just feel that maybe of course, but one of these kids will play for sure. If they both play, we need backups as well. So yeah, and Umran and someone I feel should be rotated. My favorite player is Umran Malik, but right now I just love the way he bowls, but I think he should not play every single game.
I guess Amir ko agar based on what you're saying, then they'll probably go with Umran, Siraj, and Shami, and then just drop Arshdeep because
it looks like Vinesh Bhai is always agreeing with you and Chirag Bhai is agreeing with me. We have our partners here. Arshdeep 0 wickets in 3 ODIs. He has played only 6 first class game. Not sure if he will fit this format. That is a question which has been raised before concerning Arshdeep, is because he's a T20 specialist. The 10 overs, we don't know how he's going to do, but I still feel that that's not a reason for not.
But I don't think even Umran Malik has played enough first class cricket. Then in that case, Umran Malik ko bhi itna cricket nahi first class. So then that is
in Bangladesh he played one days. So that's you have to start them somewhere. So I think एक को खिलाओ और दो दूसरों को जो 50 ओवर रेगुलर से आपके उन लोगों को खिलाओ. अब ये भी है कि भाई शमी का फिटनेस भी इश्यूज होते हैं, कभी उन्हें फिट रहेगा नहीं रहेगा. So you still have to groom these players. So that's why I feel you rotate between Arshdeep and you play Shami for this series and then you see what happens in the next series and take it step by step going into the World Cup. And ऐसा हो सकता है फैज कि भाई you going into the 50 over World Cup and Siraj is your lead bowler because Shami and Bumrah are not fit or they're not in
that is a possibility, man. That is definitely a possibility. Within this 10-month period, a lot of things can happen. Maybe we see like Avish Khan also coming. A lot of things can happen. We don't know, but ideally it would be between Siraj, Arshdeep, Umran, Shami. It would probably be these guys. We don't need experience. What experience has done in World Cup? Go with Siraj, Arshdeep, and for me as well. Based on recency, also if I'm seeing Siraj has been bowling phenomenal. Arshdeep is one amazing bowler. Obviously 2020 ज़्यादा खेला उन्हें. ओडीएस कम खेला. आप लाइन्स परसों बोले थे कि भाई जब तक आप जिम्मेदारी नहीं दोगे तो उन्हें शोल्डर कैसे करेंगे वो चीज उन्हें how is he going to learn, and I think this is a good platform to learn. And with Umran Malik, he's been phenomenal in the T20s. We don't have anyone with that level of pace in India right now. Go with these three for me. But अगर जो मैं मुस्तफा की बात रख रहा हूँ आगे, then experience matters. Then Shami definitely had that capacity to come in. We saw what he did in the World Cup. He came in, he smashed it the first match he played. So he has that thing in his arsenal. But
he was not he played after a long time, mind you, in that World Cup, in the T20 World Cup. And I just feel 50 over is a better format for him. I think he can utilize.
He's a more Kulshava bowler. He knows how to sort it. He sorted in his mind. He knows his lines. He knows his lengths. But ideally, me and Vinesh bhai probably still want to see younger people play. And
मेरा यही है कि भाई अगर
go ahead.
नहीं, मेरा यही है कि अगर आप Zahir Khan का रोल देखें, right, it's not just the 10 overs he bowls, the discussions he has from mid on, long on, mid on, mid off. You're talking about MS Dhoni, right, in his captaincy, if you notice, go back and watch the 2011, watch the replays. बॉलिंग कैप्टन उन्हें फील्ड सेट कर रहा था. उन्हें bowling वो कर रहा था, तो like and everyone like says yeah, Dhoni was your captain 100%, but Dhoni gave that responsibility to Zaheer Khan. He had that
he
and
divided.
if he's communicating with your younger bowlers, it just builds in pressure situations, it can help each other. That's what I'm saying. Yes, in recent past, Bhuvneshwar has got smashed, Shami has got smashed, Bumrah, all these guys in 2021 World Cup, they didn't do well, but that's a different format in 50 overs. I'm not saying सबको खिलाओ, अगर बुमराह खेल रहा है ठीक है, आप बुमराह, सिराज और अर्शदीप को लेके जाओ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, या उमरान को लेके जाओ, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट आई एम सेइंग एक रहना स्पीयर हेड.
हाँ, वो भी देखो ना, this is what you were talking about in terms of dividing the roles and responsibilities in Sri Lankan squad. Even in the T20s when they were getting smacked, we saw Wanindu coming up and speaking to the bowlers with Shanaka के साथ Wanindu भी आके बात कर रहा था, because he was on mid on or mid off, and he was keep coming and नहीं ऐसा ना करो, ऐसा करो, like though he was getting smacked as well, but it just shows that experience counts, and that experience of ओवरऑल इतने मैचेस खेलने का ये फायदा है कि भाई आप बता सकते हैं कि भाई टेम्परामेंट कैसा रखो, लाइन एंड कैसा रखो, कीप थिंग्स सिंपल, तो इट मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंस.
एंड आप उसको लगा के देखो, राइट, अगर नहीं चल रहा उन्हें शमी, या नहीं चल रहा, नहीं खेल रहा बराबर, तो फिर आपको डिसीजन इजी हो जाते, राइट, वर्ल्ड कप जाने के लिए. बट यू हैव टू स्टिल गो विद दैट काइंड ऑफ स्टाइल, आई फील, एंड देन सी इफ इट डजंट वर्क आउट, देन यू कैन टेक हिम आउट.
सबसे बड़ा सवाल ऑफ द आवर मतलब ये है कि will I think me and everyone in this chat and everyone in India probably would expect Surya Kumar to play. But would Surya Kumar play or would they go with the Shreyas Iyer? Because Shreyas Iyer का भी अगर अपन प्रोफाइल उठा के देख रहे हैं अभी recency में अगर देख रहे, he's been very good. Obviously short ball culprit है उन्हें, but yeah, Surya Kumar on his resume has that ability to get out early. So how are we going to measure?
Ask me what do I expect? I expect Shreyas Iyer to play tomorrow instead of Surya Kumar Yadav. What I want is Surya Kumar in the team, but I think Shreyas Iyer को आप किस बेसिस पे बिठाएंगे? अभी शॉर्ट बॉल का है बेसिस, लेकिन ही स्कोर्ड रन्स डिस्पाइट दैट राइट नाउ इन वनडे क्रिकेट. तो आई थिंक श्रेयस अय्यर को तो बिठाएंगे नहीं. ही टेस्ट मैचेस में भी उन्हें मार दिया था रिसेंटली, तो आई डोंट थिंक उन्हें बैठने वाला है. तो थिंक व्हाट आई वुड लाइक टू सी, यस Surya Kumar, but I don't think that they're going to go that way. They're going to go with Shreyas Iyer, and it'll be a tough call for Rohit Sharma. I mean, he has a relationship with Surya Kumar, so unhe bitha raha, so it'll be based on merit, and he'll back Shreyas Iyer. It'll give him that confidence. Iyer aake bolenga, bhai main kya galat kar, aap mere runs utha lo. Surya Kumar also, his numbers weren't great in the Bangladesh series. So मेरा desire है कि Surya Kumar खेलो, because he's a once in a generational player, the way he plays his shots. लेकिन अगर आप stats उठाएंगे और performances देखेंगे recently, ये format में श्रेयस अय्यर है आपका player.
और एक चीज रोहित शर्मा जो hint out करा, जो मेरे को लगा, it was in this context only, was where he said that we are not going to look at cross formats, right? We're going to look at format wise performances, and if you take Shreyas Iyer, that's what I was coming at. Like, if like they're looking at it that way, then definitely Shreyas Iyer will fit into that frame of 11. And Surya Kumar might not get, because उन्हें ODIs में उतना great नहीं करा अभी तक, though I think he has 250s. But Shreyas Iyer consistency and recency के हिसाब से अगर देखे तो yeah, he still fits it. So वो भी एक तरीके का hint था, I think, at the people who are asking about Shreyas Iyer versus Surya Kumar.
Yeah, Vinesh bhai bol rahe, I want Prasidh Krishna because he was our main bowler in middle overs. We should groom him. His pace is also good, 140. I agree, but I think the problem with them is injuries, right? If he's fully fit, then Prasidh Krishna will come back into the team for sure. What are your thoughts on Rohit saying he and Gill will open and Kishan will sit out, hinting that KL will be the wicketkeeper? We discussed this, Ibrahim bhai, but I think you joined us a bit later, so we can repeat it again, saying that it's a 50-50 call. That's what I'm thinking. I personally I like Ishan Kishan because he's that X factor. He can score that double 100 in a one day. We've seen that it's very destructive. But Shubman Gill has done nothing wrong as well in one days. He's been probably your top player. Okay, fine. Sometimes it's been lesser opposition. Lekin he's been very consistent in one day so far this year, and he's last year, sorry, and he's done well. So he has not done much wrong to sit out either. I was a bit surprised that he's already mentioned it in the press conference, but we were discussing this before कि भाई इन लोग प्लेइंग 11 पहले क्यों नहीं बोलते ये वो, बट हियर इज अ काइंड ऑफ हिंट दैट कि हम बास डिसीजंस पहले ले लेंगे. It also goes to show that there is clarity there that Shubman Gill is your opener. It gives that youngster a thing. I personally would like to see Shubman Gill be groomed as the next Virat Kohli in terms of the middle order batsman, but while Kohli is there, you can't really do that transition. So up the order it is. But if you ask me personally, Ishan Kishan is like a risk that I'm willing to take. But then frustrated नहीं होना, right? Because ईशान किशन first ball पे भी out हो सकता है आराम से, like इन्होंने rash shot खेल के भी out हो सकता है. But I like those kind of players who take
मेरे
risks.
को ये है कि you could have played both of them equally and like शायद केएल राहुल based on the, अगर आप जो बात करें केएल राहुल बैठ सकता था, केएल राहुल की जरूरत नहीं थी ये टीम में. आप ईशान को एक और मौका दे सकते थे
बिल्कुल
ओडीआई
सही है,
में.
ये भी पॉइंट है, बिल्कुल सही है, कर
आप
सकते
दे
थे.
सकते थे. आप रोहित शर्मा और शुभमन को नहीं, रोहित शर्मा ईशान लेफ्ट राइट कॉम्बिनेशन मिल गया आपको. 1 डाउन कोहली और 2 डाउन आप शुभमन को खिला लो, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बट आप आई डोंट नो क्या है. I think we are confusing Shami with T20 performances. His records are at par with Bumrah in ODI, if not better. Bumrah, I think, played 3 years after Shami. Bumrah started in 2016 and Shami started in 2016.
Shami was there in the 15 World Cup.
शमी started earlier. 13 से start करा ना career.
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
overall ODI का बोल रहा हूँ मैं. Overall ODI.
Yeah, oh, you're saying Bumrah started in 16.
No, Bumrah started in 16 and Shami started
So
in
yeah,
13.
that's something. He has that experience.
But
And
मेरे हिसाब से चिराग भाई, Shami has not played enough one days in the last year. He played, I think, what, 3 ODIs in the last
nobody
year.
has. So neither has Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli or
Yeah,
anybody.
ODIs का injuries काफी है उसको, but yeah, I mean, देखो
There
उनके
is-
records. I love Shami. I love his bowling. Don't get me wrong. It's just for me right now. अगर मैं देख रहा हूँ, Umran Malik deserves a chance. Siraj deserves a chance. It's probably between Arshdeep and Shami for me, if I'm looking at that way. But yeah, Arshdeep भी कुछ ज्यादा बेचारा T20 का T20 3 ODI बोल रहा है, but I think we should just give him another chance. That's the only reason I have.
What Arshdeep brings you is that left arm angle. He gives you some variety in that attack, and he bowls well at the death. Whatever, even if it's a 50 over game, expect him to bowl good at the death. And he'll have to build his 50 over game. Like if he's used to playing T20s, that's all he's played. Then he has to build his 50 over game, and you can give him that opportunity, no problem. Like, I just feel start off with one experienced, one middle like Siraj, who's getting experience, and then one youngster. I think that's how you should start off this ODI calendar, and then you head to the World Cup and you'll have a better fair idea. I think that's the system they should go with. Again, you're not wrong either. You want to back youngsters, you want them to go in that situation. That's not a problem. That's your opinion. I mean,
Babar Bhai is on the pitch. Mamulak got out at 11. Mamulak को क्या हो गया यार, मौके दे
अरे
रहे
out हो गया.
Spinners are playing in attack.
मगर तेज खेल रहे भाई. 32 for 1, 6.3. Required run rate 5.14. अभी फखर जमान है. He's the guy, bro. फखर जमान with the good strike rate, he can wrap this game up if he continues. अब बाबर भाई I think चपक जाते क्रीज पे, मुश्किल है अब उसको. I think
बाबर भाई अभी कंफर्ट जोन में दिख रहे, लेकिन नहीं बोल सकता. अगर स्पिन हो रहा बॉल एंड थोड़ा बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स हुए तो देन लेट्स सी. इट शुड बी एन इंटरेस्टिंग मैच. और ये टेस्ट मैच कैसे कर दिया इसको भी, नींद आ रही है देखे तो मिंडा.
अब बोलो, let's go. You want to go into the fantasy picks for tomorrow?
चलो यार, बिस्मिल्लाह.
बोलिए.
Yes, for me it is going to be Virat Kohli. I'm going to go with Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma is going to play phenomenal innings.
You're gonna go. And from Sri Lanka, it's similar to the T20 team, but I would like to see Lahiru there. Maybe instead of Madhushankar, that's what I would like to see. Maybe you probably like
I'm waiting for Lahiru. Yeah, same. Lahiru kahan gaya bichara. Charita Salanka.
Yeah, he's been in fine form. I'll go with from Sri Lanka, Hasaranga, my safe pick always. But he's not been informed, so it's a bit of a risk.
But in 50 overs, he's crazy. Like even in T20, he's crazy.
T20 is also crazy, but when you're not informed, it doesn't matter what format sometimes, And that's why you should crisscross formats, I feel. From India, I was gonna go Shubman Gill, but I'll go Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli has a very good record against Sri Lanka. He's been in good form. He's coming off 100 in Bangladesh, and he's looking to get into that one-day zone now with that World Cup coming in. His fitness is always at his peak. He likes playing against this opposition, and that battle with Hasaranga will be a key for me because Virat Kohli has been susceptible to leg spin. So has Rohit Sharma. So once he gets set, if he gets set and he's playing in the middle overs, how does he play against Hasaranga? What kind of mindset? How does he rotate the strike? Does he play more attacking cricket? That's what I want to really see from Virat Kohli. So I'm going to go with Kohli.
Yeah, Virat Kohli was a good shout, and I hope he gets his century and stuff. I know Ashish is going to be glued to the TV. Ashish is the biggest fan of Kohli. But yeah, I'm still. Is Hardik Pandya going to be there in the thing? He's vice captain, so I think he will be,
Yeah,
right?
Hardik will be the Hardik Pandya, and that's where Faz, I wanted to see a backup there. Like I want to see a backup medium pace all rounder, like a Venkatesh Iyer or whoever it is. Like I want to see a backup just because Hardik again fitness ka issues rehte hain, to keep someone there in the balance. And that doesn't mean don't play Hardik, but if Hardik doesn't play, then get a backup instead of trying to get in Huda and doing this and doing that. Like get a like for like replacement and then see.
Yeah, 100%. यहाँ पे विनेश भाई sorry, Chirag bhai says stats says 152 wickets in 82 matches of economy. Yes, sir, it is, and I think Bumrah has 121 wickets, so and he has 3 years behind, so you can't like compare. And
No, but he's not comparing Bumrah and Shami. He's saying Shami should be in the team right now, like in the right now.
he should 100%. मैं वही बोल रहा he should, but like Mustafa also pointed out left hand. देखो भाई, at the end of the day किसको भी डालो बैक करेंगे, लेकिन मेरे हिसाब से मेरे को लग रहा है ये तीनों के साथ जाएंगे, because अच्छा खेल रहे हैं बच्चे, सिराज
अगर आप ये स्टैट्स देखें, what does it show? It shows you that he has
experience,
game, and he's someone thing. So that's why I would back Shami. But if Bumrah is there, then it changes the context. Then if you go Bumrah Shami, then आप बोल सकते हो जैसा comment पिछले बार विनेश भाई बोले कि भाई too much experience बस हो गया. But I think एक आध तो experience होना चाहिए.
लेना पड़ता. Except Ashwin. I was expecting Tayyab Tahir debut because he was giving best performances in domestic but not playing. Yes, Pakistan अभी who said that Pakistan काफी फखर जमान को हिला के बदल दे और कितना बदलेंगे, but yeah, it's just they are.
विनेश भाई हर कमेंट में गाली दे रहे हैं हमारे को, मगर I know he's trying to say because
नहीं अपने को नहीं दे रहे. अच्छा वैसा बोले because BC है वो, but like yeah, he means
Mendes and Gill. That is Ibrahim Bhai's picks. Look, Shubman Gill is someone that I really was tempted to pick. Mendes, very good call again, and these guys will they make the most of it. Top of the order, if they get runs and they make the most of it, then they can score big hundreds. Rohit Sharma पतला लग रहा है भाई press conference में, क्या हाल से
दिख रहा था, fitter दिख रहा था, happier दिख रहा था. He was not looking like he was in a depressive state and like
Rohit, you trust, man. The boys are back. Rohit and Kohli.
Rohit definitely trust, and Rohit Sharma definitely fitter दिख रहा था. He looked more happier. I think Maldives did him well, and I think pressure.
Maldives पहले गए थे नहीं, फिर न्यू ईयर तो मुंबई में ही थे शायद.
है ना, हाथ ले लेके आ गए थे मुंबई को. But yeah, Vinesh bhai says King and Nissanka. Nissanka is a good shot, but थोड़ा बहुत डरावनी है. Nissanka slow कर दे रहा हूँ आजकल. But if he gets going, and yeah, with Kusal Mendes he can be destructive. King तो King है भाई, King के बारे में कुछ बोल नहीं सकते.
I'm actually looking forward to it. Again, what the conditions will be, will be on offer. I think both teams might chase the under lights. In India, you prefer to chase, especially with you around if there is. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's been a while since we've seen Kohli, Rohit Sharma back in action. It's not been too long, but it's been a while. Both of them together. We want to see some big partnerships going.
Like a proper Indian squad coming back together, the main big guys and everything. तो थोड़ा वो excitement भी रहता कि भाई अब ये mature लोग भी आ गए and stuff. And हार्दिक पांड्या के ऊपर भी बहुत pressure है. हार्दिक पांड्या अच्छा खेल लिया, अच्छा है तो कैप्टनसी की जरा पद और जरा strong कर लेंगे hopefully उन्हें.
Yeah, हार्दिक पांड्या देखो उसके टैलेंट में कोई है नहीं उसमें. He just needs to be fit. That's the main frustration. उसका टैलेंट मैं कभी भी क्वेश्चन नहीं करा, but like there is levels to this game, like I always say, and to be on that level you have to be fit and you have to be raring to go. I've never doubted his talent like that. अब batting wise ठीक है, he can have dips and form, no problem. अगर bowling अच्छा कर रहा है तो he'll manage, I think. But the main worry is fitness. Who was it? Gautam Gambhir was saying or somebody was saying, bro, कि हार्दिक पांड्या निकल गया टीम में से, आपका वर्ल्ड कप जेपर्डी में हो जाता. How is that possible? And he's and I'm saying that what he's saying is correct. I'm agreeing with that statement. And I also said during the T20 World Cup, the guy to win you the World Cup will be Hardik Pandya. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But I'm saying, how can you have a nation of billion people and your team balance is depending on one man, bro? One man. You don't have a replacement for him.
The problem.
I'm not saying that level. देखो विराट कोहली भी गया तो you can't replace, but batsman तो है, right? ऑलराउंडर है ही नहीं, फास्ट बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर. यही तो बोल रहा हूँ, जो है उनको ट्राई मारना पड़ेगा. आई थिंक दैट्स योर ओनली.
काफी चीजें हैं उसमें. अगर अपन डॉन के उससे गए तो फिर उन्हें बोलता ग्रास रूट से प्रॉब्लम है, उससे प्रॉब्लम है. अगर मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव अगर अपन ले रहे तो आई फील के इट्स जस्ट वी टेक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम इन रिप्लेसिंग लाइक फॉर लाइक प्लेयर. बहुत टाइम लेते हैं अपन, जब तक आदमी चूस के उसके पूरे
नहीं
अतरंगिया में निकल के जब तक
इसमें
लाते
आप देखो लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर ऑलराउंडर, उसमें तो प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है आपको,
हाँ
राइट? लाइक उसमें तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ऑफ स्पिनर लाइक बैटिंग ऑलराउंडर आपके दीपक होता है वॉशिंगटन, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है आपको. आपको मीडियम पेस ऑलराउंडर में हर वक्त दिक्कत हुई लाइक जब से मैं पैदा हुआ. एंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग राइट नाउ, आई थिंक देयर आर पीपल अवेलेबल, मगर मौका नहीं मिल रहा. एंड फाइन, फेयर इनफ, दे डोंट समटाइम्स लिव अप टू द एक्सपेक्टेशंस, बट आई एम सेइंग गिव देम अ गो एंड कीप गिविंग देम गोस. Like a Venkatesh Iyer, and who's the other guy like Shivam Dubey. I know he's not been the greatest or whatever, right?
पर
But
में इंजरी है, उसको भी इंजरी
you
है.
have to keep giving them goals. But Venkatesh Iyer in particular, I would like to see him.
केदार यादव केदार यादव कहाँ गया?
नहीं, मगर उन्हें मीडियम पेस बोल रहा हूँ मैं. शार्दुल ठाकुर को टेल हिम टू वर्क ऑन हिज बैटिंग. लाइक आप बैटिंग
दीपक
करेंगे.
चाहर के बैट, दीपक चाहर के
दीपक चाहर फिट नहीं रहते यार वो दोनों, यही भी प्रॉब्लम है. Mickey Arthur, who is the front runner to take over as new Pakistan head coach again, huh? Mickey was already Pakistan coach before, no? And he was Sri Lanka coach. Yeah, Mickey was Pakistan coach. Please confirm. I think he was before. And he was requested PCB to remove Babar as test and ODI captain, saying he wants Sarfaraz as test, Shan ODI and Babar T20. Can you let us know the source, Ibrahim Bhai, and I mean, where you got this information from?
He was Pakistani coach, right?
Yeah, he was. I know that. I think we should move on from Bumrah. He became injury prone, tried different bowlers. Look, this is also a good opinion. Like, how many people will agree with this? Especially with the performance you saw in the T20 World Cup, where you clearly missed Bumrah. In the Asia Cup, you clearly missed Bumrah. Yes, he had one bad World Cup, but Bumrah is the type of bowler that you depend on for breakthroughs. He takes the pitch out of the equation, and opposition fear him. It's simple as that. Agar Bumrah has full strength, full speed, then the opposition guys, those
and
Yorkers,
the biggest culprit of Indian cricket is cleaning up that tail, and that's what Bumrah does fantastically.
The thing is, though, what I agree with is that he needs to be fully fit. You can't take a 70% Bumrah into a World Cup. You have to take a fully fit Bumrah. Matlab, he should be flying. If he's not, then you can't depend on one player. I've always noticed this, even when we play club cricket, amateur cricket, right? जो हम लोग खेलते, certain times हमारे दोस्त available नहीं रहते, like बड़े player जो हमारे club को जिताते रहते, available नहीं रहते. But I always tell the club कि भाई, don't depend on one player. You have to find a replacement. Don't force the guy. If he can't play, that's it. He has a commitment. He'll come the next game. But you have to, you can't depend on one player. फिर आपको प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है, because अगर इंजरी होगी या कुछ हो गया, आप पिंडे में मिल जाते हैं.
आई थिंक वो भी होता ना यार, टीम मोरल भी थोड़ा बहुत डाउन हो जाता है. अब सबसे बड़ा प्लेयर नहीं रहता, तो आई थिंक दे ट्राई एवरीथिंग दैट दे कैन टू गेट दिस गाय बैक, एंड थोड़ा बहुत तो भी मोरल अब जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अब ये 50 ओवर वाला का खुदा ना खासा खुदा लाइक कोहली को कुछ हो गया, अभी ऑल विल गेट लाइक अरे यार कोहली नहीं है, होता वो एक नेचुरल इंस्टिंक्ट टू ट्राई टू गेट
you have examples in the
always
past.
have to get, yeah, I know what you mean.
You have examples in the past, whether it's India at the Gabba, where they missed all their players and they won the thing. And then you have England, who missed their best fast bowler. They missed Johnny Bairstow, was probably their best batsman right now. And they won World Cup. So you have examples to try to counter that, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're not going to miss him. Of course, man, Bumrah ko to miss kare hum log T20 World Cup. Lekin, like Vinesh bhai said, you have to come up with bowlers. You'll have to come up with different game plans. You can't depend. If he's not fit, आप क्या कर सकते? कुछ नहीं कर सकते. उन्हें नहीं खेल सकते तो नहीं खेल सकता.
No, बिल्कुल. You have to work around the system. You can't always have everyone together. Kohli has issues against spin, and I think after Afghanistan, Sri Lanka has best spin attack. So not expecting much from him. Chirag bhai says that Mustafa. We have been seeing.
It's a decent call. He has struggled with spin. He's lost wickets plenty of times.
Bangladesh maybe he struggled a lot against Miraj and what's the guy's name? Bache ka Taijul. Yeah.
So that's the thing, right? Like I remember so many times in the top of my head, Adil Rashid getting him out, Zampa getting him out. With Hasaranga, it's going to be an interesting battle. That's what I want to see. Like that's why I mentioned, how is he going to approach the spin? Will he be aggressive? Will he rotate the strike? There's certain times where he defends and he gets out to the spin. Sometimes he tries to play the cut shot. Sometimes he gets out. There's different ways he's getting out to spin. And I think with the World Cup being in India, he'll have to work on that part of his game. And but I still feel that for that it'll be a bit easier for him compared to that outside off stump problem that he had. That was a very recurring problem. I still feel this one he can manage. He coached Pakistan, but that'll be interesting, man. If Pakistan make those wholesale changes so quickly, then Ashan Masood one day captain. I don't know, man.
I don't see that happening because Babar Azam has a good relation right now with that board and that selection committee. So I don't see it happening.
And Mickey has a good relationship with Sarfaraz, so that's why I'm kind of.
I think I think Mickey was there when they won the T20, right? Or like Champions Trophy, जो भी है,
I think so.
2017. I think
Yeah,
Mickey was there. That's why
yeah,
he
yeah.
knows how Sarfaraz thinks as a cricketer. So maybe that is why also. But Shan Masood is not even in form, man. Why would you pick Shan Masood?
You'd
Just
have
because
to
of,
you'd have
I
to go
guess,
Rizwan as the captain.
and he's going for Babar in T20. That is something else. Like because of maybe that final, but that final में how much
फिर
implementation did
बाबर
Babar?
भाई बोलेंगे हमको कैसा निकाल रहे हैं आप ऐसे ऐसे ऐसा थोड़ी होता. चिराग भाई का फिर से आया. शान मसूद has played only 5 ODI matches. How can he captain
Exactly.
vice captain? I agree.
But
Shah-
again, like
white ball
अगर
format yeah was in 2017. Yeah,
अगर
Shadab
आप
is
वैसा ही बोलते फिर हार्दिक पांड्या के ऊपर जब मुस्तफा कमेंट करते then that is on the similar lines, right? Like until you give someone the courage and to shoulder that responsibility, maybe you don't know how he is. Is that
yeah, but you have options there. That's what I'm saying. Like a Shadab is an option, a Rizwan is an option. You have options there. You don't have to go with Shan Masood, who himself, I don't know if he fits in the 11 every single time. I don't know if that.
that's not yeah. In an ODI तो अभी I don't know आज खेल रहा हूँ but let's see क्या होता है.
या तो लाइक उस हिसाब से अब शान मसूद का क्या है मालूम. इंग्लिश जबरदस्त बोलता है, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स अच्छे, मीडिया को हैंडल कर लेता. तो वो है वो एस्पेक्ट आपको परेशान नहीं होना पड़ता कैप्टन को. वो उसको कैप्टन बना है तो
Babar Bhai is 0 runs in 9 balls. Babar Bhai has pitched a tent in the Karachi camp.
3 of 10 3 of 10
He got 3 मार दिए जब मैं लास्ट देखा 0 for 9 थे उन्होंने.
या 3 of 10 अपडेट हो गया वो. आई थिंक सो.
नहीं नहीं 0
या
yeah.
I think so. Yeah, but check kar lo. Shan has been made vice captain of ODI squad for current series against New Zealand, and Babar wasn't happy about it, and probably rightly so, man. I don't know. Like you had
One thing is
options.
like if it is for the right अगर right of the team के लिए अच्छा अच्छे चीज के लिए कर रहे हैं अपन just accept it man even if you're anyone. I know obviously captaincy नहीं निकले hurt करता है time to day. अगर it is the right move then just take it on your chest man. Babar cannot take that much responsibility. I feel maybe he could do good in T20 and just he needs to
No,
accept
but
that.
then you go with
It's
someone
lesser
who's
pressure for him. It's lesser pressure is what I'm saying, and it's affecting him as well probably.
yeah, but you go with someone who's been his vice captain for a while, right? Like Rizwan, like
Rizzy,
he's been there. So
Rizzy
I
the
think
Grizzly.
that's the route they should go. Your predictions for tomorrow, India versus Sri Lanka?
Yeah, if Guwahati. Yeah, I think India will win in like very comfortably. I feel.
India will win comfortably. You feel toss will be a factor. So let's
Toss
see
might
what
be a
happens.
factor, yeah.
Huh?
Toss will be a factor. वो ड्यू अगर आ गया बीच में तो फिर chasing would be better.
And your prediction for Mumbai, Cape Town versus the Pearl Royals?
Pal Royals and Mumbai Cape Towns. I'd go Mumbai Cape Towns.
So I say T20 is starting tomorrow, the T20 league, and the first game will be at 9 p.m. India time. So it'll be during that India Sri Lanka game, but you'll probably catch the second innings because India and Sri Lanka will probably finish by the time the second inning starts of this game. You'll have some big guns there: Sam Curran, Jofra Archer, Rashid Khan, Deval Brevis, Kagiso Rabada is also there in the Mumbai team. The MI Cape Town team, sorry.
Yeah.
And then you have Josh Butler, David Miller, Owen Morgan. I don't know how many of them are available right now, but yeah, it's going to be some good cricket. I'm excited to see it. There's going to be a lot of cricket. हम पक जाएंगे, मैं ये तो guarantee दे दूं. लेकिन it'll be good to see a different kind of tournament. And the main thing I would like to see is South African crowds come in and how the locals take up to this, because look, the weather is good now for them. It's their summer season. I hope they come in numbers and they support, and they'll have that. They can build that loyalty. Before, when the IPL was in thing, it was still RCB playing in Durban. Now you're going to have Durban playing in Durban. You're going to have Cape Town playing in Cape Town. So I hope that they build that loyalty and get to see some good crowds. We have lost last 2 ODI series. ये भी पानी में लग रही मुझे.
New year, new me. Come on, Chirag bhai.
Come on.
Rohit has updated the New Year resolution. No more sandwiches. No more sandwiches.
मगर ये एक ही बात है, अगर नहीं जीते तो फिर प्रेशर तो डेफिनेटली आएगा कप्तान पे. I don't think he's going to let that happen. He will take the series. And the fact that they're focusing on one days now, you will see like them playing the top of the line cricket. अब उसके ऊपर अगर आप हार गए तो फिर सवाल तो उठेंगे, criticism.
मेरा पिक है जी उन्हें कल देखो खाली मौत डालने वाला है रोहित भाई. कल
And from one day, are we going to see a change in template? Are we going to see a more aggressive India, or do you like the way India played their one day cricket? It's been hit and miss. I feel that they do play safe cricket, but in one days that can work. Magar aage jaake, if you're going to play the likes of England, Australia, South Africa, Pakistan, would you like them to play aggressive, or would you like one anchor, one aggressor? How would you like them to play the one day cricket, even with the bowling? We've seen in big tournaments, they're playing the off spinners and everything. Would you like to see more leg spinners there, take more risks? So how would you like to see it, Bolo?
मेरे लिए आई थिंक आई वुड लाइक द अग्रेशन एंड एंकर रोल, लाइक वन अग्रेसर वन एंकर, वन अग्रेसर वन एंकर, एंड देन टू टाइम चेंज इट डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द सिचुएशन. अगर सिचुएशन में लूज बॉल ज्यादा आ रहे, प्ले टू द ओकेजन बोलता हूं मैं, प्ले टू द सिचुएशन. अगर बॉलर्स आर हैविंग अ बैड डे, कैपिटलाइज ऑन दैट. अगर नहीं हो रहा, अगर आपको एक समझ में आ रहा, लेट वन टेक द फ्रंट फुट एंड वन बी द एंकर. दैट्स हाउ आई लाइक इट, बिकॉज़ उसमें क्या होता, रिस्क कम रहता, रिवॉर्ड भी रहता, एंड आप एग्रेसिव, यू कैन गेट अ लॉट ऑफ रन्स आल्सो, बट you're keep rotating the strike. That is what important for me. I think वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. रोटेशन ऑफ स्ट्राइक भूल जाते हैं आमतौर पे खाली मारने जाने में, जहां पे जो रन्स बन सकते हैं वो भी नहीं बनते फिर कभी, अगर आप आउट हो गए एंड कोलैप्स हो गया तो.
या 100%. जैसी विकेट कीपिंग केएल राहुल करता है, वैसी तो शायद स्काई भी कर लेगा भाई. केएल राहुल
कल केएल राहुल, चलो भाई, केएल राहुल भी बैक नहीं आ रहे. कल लगान में कैच मारा था, देखो लाखा एक हाथ से पकड़ा था, वैसे कुछ पकड़ने वाला है.
I hope शादी से पहले उन्हें मतलब रन्स मारेगा, goes into the wedding confident, and it'll be good for him. Look, अब the thing is, I agree with all of you guys now. मैं तो back कर रहा था केएल राहुल को, मगर जो बांग्लादेश में देखा, and like what we've seen in the World Cup and Asia Cup and everything, he has not performed on the big stage. So like, now that he's in the team, we don't have a choice but to back him. Like, and it's very difficult. Like I can't disagree with Chirag bhai, like when he's upset at him, when people get upset at KL Rahul, how can you disagree?
Bilaterals में we all know he's going to kill it. अब क्या चिराग भाई, क्या विनेश भाई, we know अब IPL आएगा, he's going to kill it, because वो कब है. लेकिन भाई फिर जब
But he didn't kill it in the last bilateral. That's what I'm concerned about.
हाँ, अगर IPL के फाइनल्स में आप बात कर लो, या कोई बड़े सिचुएशन में आ जाओ, कोई ICC टूर्नामेंट क्रूशियल मैच आ जाए, तो भाई से नहीं होता भाई, फिर टाटा बोल देते.
Most of the players have arrived and are available. Obed McCoy is out injured for Pal Royals from SAT20, and he's also touch and go for Royals and IPL. Okay, thank you so much. Ibrahim, please keep feeding us with information whenever we come live, because this is very useful. There's so much cricket, so sometimes it's difficult to cover everything. So like, we really appreciate all your comments. We really respect it, and we enjoy it. And Chirag bhai bhi kya zabardast comment, Vinesh bhai and everybody, like judte rahiye. Let us know who you're supporting in that thing. I'm supporting the Eastern Cape. Faiz is supporting Mumbai because all his players are there, all his boys are there. Yeah, I'm supporting Eastern Cape because Sunrisers, man, one Orange Army always, like for life. I can't switch just because Rashid is playing somewhere else.
I was talking about this match. I wasn't talking about the tournament.
Eastern Cape. Sunrisers. You're going to back. You're going to back Markham, huh? I have one more issue. How can you give more places to contribute to a person who fucks up in pressure, and now he will be finishing and keeping as well?
I have also the similar issue. The only problem is, like, how are you going to dissect it? The KL Rahul का वही problem है ना भाई, बंदा का समझ में नहीं आता है, अच्छा होने प्रेशर आ जाता है उसको, लेकिन फिर भी लेते हैं. मुस्तफा भाई, you have to explain this to us. Again, I have always been against KL Rahul as well.
I will answer that question right now. Saying Orange Army. देखो, डॉक्टर साहब, फैज भाई तो पलट गए, राशिद खान बोल के मुंबई में.
आप पलटने का है.
He's supporting MI Cape Town in South Africa T20. In IPL is still Sunrisers Hyderabad fan, but I'm supporting the Eastern Cape Sunrisers.
Pal Royals versus MI Capitals के बीच की बात कर रहा था. Pal Royals and MI Capitals के बीच की बात कर रहा था.
एक बार स्क्वाड देखो Sunrisers का, एक बार Sunrisers का स्क्वाड देखो, फिर मेरे को बोलो तुम किसको कौन सी टीम को सपोर्ट.
Aiden Markham है भाई, बस है मेरे को.
Eastern Cape jersey is better than SRH. Agree. I mean, I didn't see it too closely. I need to go see it again. I didn't see it too. मैं देखा था.
Junaid Dawood भाई is in the house, bro.
दाऊद. और उसका नाम क्या है? एस से नाम है इसका.
ये सरल अर्वी है, सरल अर्वी भी है.
सियारा क्या नाम है यार उसका, जिसकी बर्थडे थे परसों, केक भी काटे हम लोग उनके लिए. I have
Uh,
one more issue. How can you give more places to contribute to person who F's up in pressure? Now he will be finishing and keeping as well. Look, this is a very good question. It's difficult to say. Now, all I can say is that because he's been a regular in the team, they're continuing to back him because of that kind of player. These are the reasons I'm trying to muster up. He's had some big hundreds, some match-winning innings. On the big stage, he's not performed that way, and I completely agree with you. He's getting too many chances. I don't know when the last chance will be. It's hard to answer this question because I don't really have an answer for it. The only thing is if he performs now in the next series, then there you go. Then we can't do anything about it. If he doesn't perform, सब चढ़ जाएंगे. I think even journalists and everything will say कि भाई क्या है ये दोगला आदमी है ने
जिम जाओ
उस पे
ऑरेंज खा के
प्रेशर
जिम जाओ.
आएगा. अब उस पे प्रेशर आएगा तो वो बैटिंग भी गंदी करेगा और कीपिंग में भी हगेगा, पूरी टीम मारेगा ऐसे. अब देखो मेरे को एक बात तो समझाओ फैज, राहुल द्रविड़ को आप विकेट कीपर बनाए थे 2003 वर्ल्ड कप, इट वर्कड आउट, ठीक है, यू टुक दैट बिकॉज़ यू नीडेड
And he was a safe pair of hands.
yeah, and also you didn't have those
He was a safe
no,
pair of hands. And Dravid had like 300
his
catches.
keeping was questionable though. His keeping was questionable, right? At times.
Yeah.
So, but you went with that because you know options भी कम थे. आपके पास ईशान किशन नहीं था वो टाइम पे, आपके पास संजू सैमसन नहीं था, आपके पास you know ये option ऋषभ पंत नहीं था. Like you know you have so many options now, and why are you going with the makeshift wicket keeper? I feel that especially in the 50 over test wicket and test cricket format, you need to go with the out and out wicket keeper, someone who does not make mistakes time and time and again, you go with the wicket keeper. And it's not like these wicket keepers not only are they good, they can bat as well. ऐसा नहीं कि वाजे रात्रा को ले रहे हैं या like you know वो type के जो हम लोग देखे थे, which they used to struggle with the bat in all honestly when I used to watch them कि भाई ये क्या कर रहा, right? Hello sir, how are you man, what are you doing? Abu Bakr in the house, thank you so much for joining. KL Rahul को कुछ नहीं बोलना भाई.
KL Rahul कुछ बोले तो भी फायदा नहीं है, कुछ बोले भी तो कुछ नहीं बोले तो वही करने वाला है.
आप मेरे को बोलोगे तो look, honestly I was backing KL Rahul up until that Bangladesh series where like you know it's ridiculous that he continues to get back. I backed him in the T20 World Cup, he did not perform, but what do you see in him? Like I know in the past he scored some big innings, but don't you agree that of course he has stylish shots, he plays brilliant cricket and everything, but don't you agree in pressure situations he fails to perform? Do you agree with that or no?
And I know that for a fact. मैं कितना कब से पुकार रहा हूँ उस पे IPL में ही सुने.
I'm still like you know I hope that he performs now because he's in the team. I don't have a choice. I hope I'm not like on the same
देखो
boat
भाई,
as
मैंने कहा on the pitch चिराग भाई, विनेश भाई, we're all going to support him.
No, like I understand.
मेरे हिसाब से अगर मैं देख रहा हूँ, संजू सैमसन इंजरी में था तो KL राहुल उन्हें कट हो जाता. ईशान किशन परफॉर्मेंसेस दे रहा था and stuff, उसको लेने की वजह नहीं मालूम, but maybe just because
last game में.
The main factor here would be experience. That is the only thing I'm looking at. KL
Rahul, the guy had 200 though in the last one day.
अब मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना, the only reasoning of taking KL Rahul here would be that experience factor. That is all I'm going to bank on. Nothing else is there. There is no other reason why Ishan Kishan is not in this team. शुभमन गिल का तो ने खुला बोल दिया भाई, he's been doing it more consistently when you compare it to Ishan Kishan. So KL Rahul has one advantage that, like you keep coming back and saying, he has a century everywhere around the world. He has that experience.
Yeah, I know. Like that's why.
Yeah, he just needs a string of good matches. वो अल्लाह को मालूम कब आने वाला है, and then his confidence will be back. See, you cannot. देखो अबू बकर ये बोल तो मैं अबू बकर कमेंट में ये confidence issue कब? I still think how will you have a confidence issue still? कब से भाई? उन्हें every ICC फाइनल ले लो, सेमीफाइनल ले लो, कभी भी परफॉर्म नहीं करता. बड़े मैचों में आप जब उसको चाहते हो ना, that is when your biggest people have to come out and perform. You can't give me that rubbish after so much cricket. You're telling me you have a confidence issue. भाई या तो बॉर्नविटा खरीद के पियो तो कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा. समझ में नहीं यार आपको इश्यू क्या है. अब कल शादी भी है, वहां पे कॉन्फिडेंस इश्यू आ तो फिर क्या होगा फिर?
So even if he does good in this series, do you really believe he will do good in the World Cup?
That is the belief I don't have, Chirag bhai. I'm with you guys. I've been saying this from a long time that this guy is very risky when it comes to this team, but the only thing India always does and India will always do is bank on experience. ईशान किशन छोटा है, उसको टाइम है. शुभमन गिल का तो खैर अब तो स्पॉट है. KL राहुल नीचे भी बैट कर लेता है, एंकर दे सकता है अगर कोहली फ्लॉप हुआ, कुछ तो भी बहाने से उसको ला ले रहे. अब यहाँ पे भी उसको बहाना क्या है? शुभमन गिल is doing it more consistent. You can fit both Ishan Kishan and Shubman Gill. You don't need a KL Rahul, but you're only going to bring a KL Rahul because you want him to be in the team. या तो दोस्ती यारी का मसला है या बस एक्सपीरियंस की तरफ से जा रहे हैं और कुछ नहीं.
But speaking of wicket keeping, that's why I think Sanju Samson should be ahead of Ishan Kishan and KL. The thing is, Sanju is injured right now, and Ishan Kishan has a double 100 in the last game. So but Samson was not picked in the one day even when he was fit, I think. So
and when And when you're saying this in press conference that you're not going to look at on basis of the both formats of T20 and ODI, then how are you telling me that Ishan Kishan doesn't fit in the squad? If you then you're definitely going on the performance of recent T20 that he didn't perform in the second and third game.
Exactly, that's a very good point. I agree with that because आप
So,
उसका लास्ट वनडे तो 200 मारा उन्हें. अगर आप नहीं क्रिस क्रॉस कर रहे हैं फॉर्मेट्स तो फिर आप ईशान द ओनली रीजन आई सी ईशान किशन नॉट प्लेइंग दिस गेम इज बिकॉज़ ही फेल्ड इन द T20s. But
that's what I'm saying. The only thing KL Rahul is playing is he's only playing because of experience and the fact that he can be down and hold the fort in case Kohli fails. That's it. वो backup option रख रहे, वही strategy और कुछ नहीं.
तुम्हारे याद है बांग्लादेश में एक वो जो मैच हारे थे, पहला वाला जो हारे थे, तुम्हारे को याद है वनडे? क्या हुआ था उसमें? रोहित शर्मा वाला नहीं बोल रहा मैं, फील्ड में जब मेहदी आके मारा था,
गालियां कोई दिए थे, वही वाला बोल रहे ना, रोहित शर्मा गालियां दिया.
मगर उसमें क्या हुआ था याद है?
If you recollect, मेरे को recollect नहीं हो रहा एकदम.
केएल राहुल सेटर
ड्रॉप कैच. हाँ, उससे पहले सुंदर को जो गालियां था वही. हाँ, एग्जैक्टली. तो he dropped the catch.
तो लाइक परफॉर्मेंस नहीं आ रहा था, राइट? लाइक परफॉर्मेंस नहीं आ रहा था उसका. आई वांट एवरीथिंग एक्सेप्ट केएल राहुल इन टीम. प्लीज गेट rid of this.
I mean, to be very honest, Sunesh bhai, I'm going out on a foot and saying this guy has the shots in him. I know what Abu Bakar is saying. He's an amazing player. Even
I like that. Like Abu Bakar, I still have a soft corner, not only for Abu Bakar, for KL Rahul as well. I like that we're having different opinions. That, like, you know, this is what makes a good debate. If you're just going to say ki nikalo usko, then like there should be people who are backing him and Abu Bakar is backing him. So I like that. Like, you know,
I understand he has the shots in him. He has the time, but it's frustrating. 2-3 years से भाई तू क्या फाइनल्स में आके या कहीं प्रेशर आते कि तू हगरा कहीं को भाई, तेरे क्या एज भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, तो एक्सपीरियंस है, तो हर जगह खेलता. बट खेल जब जरूरत भी है, जब भी खेल, वैसा बोल रहा हूं मैं. प्रेशर में भी we need you, we just don't need you and it's easy.
I would rather give KS Bharat debut to play in the middle order because I don't know how he'll perform, whereas with KL I know he will F up in the World Cup.
Yeah, uncertainty factor, gamblers call है चिराग भाई का. Yeah, I mean fair enough, bhai. Everyone is just fed up with him. But see, at the same time, everybody knows that agar he fires, then everyone will back KL Rahul again. So it's like this with KL Rahul, bhai. आप नहीं बोल सकते कि उन्हें fire करा तो there's no player like him in India. He has the shots in him. He has the cover drives. He has the six-hitting ability.
When he gets going. But
you've seen him in the Asia Cup, right? I mean, he didn't perform there. I think he performed in the
but
match.
In the Afghanistan game, he was batting well. Yeah, like
he's a beautiful batsman to watch. Even
both
in the
Afghanistan games, I was there in 21 and 22. The one in Abu Dhabi and the one in 22 in Dubai. I was in both, and he smashed it. But यही problem है यार, Faiz. Like
World Cup में भी he hit Afghanistan. Who did he hit? He hit Zimbabwe.
Both T20 World Cups he hit Afghanistan. Like in the I think in this one also he hit Afghanistan. No,
yeah,
they didn't
play. He hit 50, you know, in India के बाद का, पाकिस्तान के बाद का मैच कौन सा था?
एशिया कप बोल रहा हूँ मैं, एशिया कप.
T20 वर्ल्ड कप का बोल रहा हूँ. T20 वर्ल्ड कप में आई रिमेंबर रयान इल्ला सब बोल रहे थे उन्हें. देन रयान उस दिन बोला था कि भाई इन्हें मारने वाला है 50, and उन्हें मारा, and he played beautiful shots. But the thing is, like, I'm just done with this guy. And yeah, Chirag bhai, F's up in every pressure situation. You give him big situations, you give him small. बस हो गया भाई. But again, when he comes push to shove and he comes tomorrow on the pitch, he'll still have my support. That's it. That's all I can say. I know.
You know, if I flip the argument, what would you do, like, if the youngster doesn't perform in that pressure situation? Then what will happen? You know, because if you remember in the 2019, Ambati Raidu had in January an incredible 90 knock when India were like 30 for 4, 30 for 5. He made 90 runs and India made like 250 or something like that, and they won the game against New Zealand in New Zealand. Then Australia came to India, and there's a couple of home series. Raidu performed very poorly, and he was dropped just before the World Cup. You got in Mr. Three-dimensional Vijay Shankar, and then he during the World Cup he got dropped. Then you got in Hardik, what's his name, Rishabh Pant. You got him in. Then he didn't perform in the semi-final. So how does that work?
मेरे हिसाब से देखो भाई, youngster perform. When you take a KL Rahul's thing, he has been given the most chances. Even if you compare it to a Rishabh Pant, maybe right now he's given the most amount of chances. अगर कोई youngster को आप डाल दिए, it's a fresh air of breath. You at least forget KL Rahul and you miss KL Rahul. I don't think you will not even feel bad कि KL Rahul गया भी है, because कोई youngster को देखने को मिल रहा है. इन्हें fail हुआ तो problem नहीं है भाई. Let's give him some chance. बोल के public बोलेंगे. All of these guys today who are shouting, they'll be like, let's give him some chance. फिर इन्हें भी fail हुआ तो चलो ठीक है. Then you will at least be like, हाँ भाई KL Rahul को ला लो. एक justification तो मिलेगा भाई, ये बंदा खेल रहा कहीं को. अभी तो there is no stance where I can say कि अरे KL Rahul को निकाले तो इन्हें आके, you know, दूसरा बच्चा इससे अच्छा खेला. You can't say that, right? Because KL Rahul has been consistently so much in the team कि आप किसी को और को लाइच नहीं तो आप कंपैरिजन कर भी नहीं सकते, आप समझ रहे, इतनी स्मार्ट स्ट्रैटेजी केएल राहुल को रखने के लिए। तो अगर मैं केएल राहुल को निकाल रहा हूँ एंड केएल भरत या जितने भी लोग हैं जो विंग्स में हैं, अगर उनला आके परफॉर्मेंस दे रहे तो आप समझ जाओ केएल राहुल अल्लाह हाफिज, बट अगर नहीं परफॉर्म करे तो भाई केएल भाई आजा बोलेंगे। दैट इज
What are your thoughts on Rohit saying he will be back in T20 team? Was that a hint that Virat and KL could return as well? Most probably after IPL to India T20 side. I think after the 50 over World Cup, if they're all fit, they'll try and fit in. Not all of them, but like maybe one or two will think. I think basically what the press conference, what he meant is कि भाई now the focus is one day World Cup, हम लोग सब one day की तैयारी करने वाले हैं, T20 पे उतना फोकस नहीं होगा। जब वर्ल्ड कप खत्म हो गया, जब नेक्स्ट T20 वर्ल्ड कप आएंगे, अगर फिट है हम खेल सकते तो फिर कंटेंशन में आएंगे, ऐसा मुझे लग रहा था। फैज भाई
नहीं इंजन नहीं करे यार केएल राहुल को भाई, साई भाई नहीं लाइट
then when will we be satisfied because we did
then we will be satisfied because we did try something different, whereas with KL Rahul we'll lose for sure. That's what, experiment with some other guy apart from KL Rahul so that if he goes we know that we'll miss this guy or we'll not miss this guy. That is the thing, fill in that blank for some time and then we'll see.
कोई उमरान को बोलो भाई केएल राहुल को एंजॉय करना। तो वी डोंट विश इंजरीज ऑन एनीबॉडी। अब सिंपल बात है, उन्हें नई परफॉर्मेंस दे रहा है उसको ड्रॉप करना चाहिए, लाइक दैट्स द वे। आपके पास कंट्रोल मैनेजमेंट पे और कैप्टन के पास है, लाइक यू डोंट नीड टू इंजर हिम, यू डोंट नीड टू कॉज एनी हार्म टू हिम, यू कैन जस्ट टेल हिम कि भाई ड्रॉप हो गया, अब खत्म, लाइक इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग। एंड इफ दे कांट टेक अ कॉल लाइक दैट, देन यू हैव टू क्वेश्चन द मैनेजमेंट एंड द कैप्टन। It's simple as that.
I don't know. I just think that Rahul Dravid looks at KL Rahul and finds something about him and
Yeah, bro, KL Rahul is probably like I'm sure Rohit Sharma is in his ear and saying, "भाई मैं तुम्हारे को इतना बैक कर रहा हूँ, परफॉर्मेंस लाके दो यार, like do something." I'm sure उस पे भी प्रेशर है KL Rahul पे, ऐसा कि नहीं है प्रेशर। एंड अब तुम देखो जब भी फेल होते हैं KL Rahul की बात आएंगी अब, like everyone's going to look at him. Tomorrow he gets out on duck, this whole chat is going to be full of KL Rahul comments.
I mean, honestly,
yeah,
I don't want that, but I also want that based on what I just said in terms of I want to see some fresh breath of air, some कुछ तो नया दिखना भाई टीम में। And yeah, just let's see, with time we'll understand। भाई KL Rahul बैट पैड के पीछे कर लेता है, I mean how timid can you be? वाकई यार
Bro, that's a good description, timid. The word timid, and you see that in big games. He's not showing that intent with his body language, with his shot selection. He's not showing that aggressive intent, especially in the T20 format. You need to see that. So yeah, timid is a good way to describe, honestly.
You see him against Afghanistan, he'll be the most aggressive looking batsman. Like he looks so confident. He'll not be like shaking and stuff. He'll be like, भाई आ जाओ, कौन भी आ जाना मैं देख लेता हूँ। बट जहाँ पाकिस्तान के कोई बॉलर आ जाता, कहाँ कोई ऑस्ट्रेलियन बॉलर दिख जाता भाई, फिर खत्म हो जाते भाई।
Yeah, I think that wraps it up. First, tomorrow we have a lot of cricket, so we'll come a bit later probably. So आप लोग जुड़िए हमारे साथ थोड़ा सा।
अरे मंडे बॉयज जरा लेट चलेगा शो। आई मीन या आई जस्ट वांटेड टू
कल
से
थोड़ा लेट आइए और थोड़ा सा नैप ले लो बीच में, मैच के टाइम पे अगर लेना है तो ले लो एक।
केएल राहुल की बैटिंग में ले लो 15 मिनट पावर नैप।
मगर रात में आएंगे, लेट आएंगे कल। एंड देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ क्रिकेट टू डिस्कस टुमारो। India Sri Lanka, then we have the South Africa T20, and then we look forward to the Dubai T20, which is on Friday also. There's a lot of cricket to discuss in the coming week, but tomorrow we'll come a bit later. Match like 12 like midnight, I think India time will come. Afghanistan के against भी अगर knockout हुआ तो he will poop his pants.
नहीं भाई, अफगानिस्तान के against consistently मारा, so he won't poop his pants there. I think Afghanistan.
Naseem Shah one man enough for KL Rahul.
Naseem Shah enough for anyone.
That's why, I'll tell you the example, right? Ishan Kishan, KL Rahul, okay? Open the batting, for example, any format you take it. Now, do I want my batsman getting out trying to play a defensive shot? Do I want my batsman trying to come straight down the ground and hit him? I probably prefer that aggressive approach. It'll look reckless, it'll look worse. And you will not agree with me. If Ishan Kishan plays like a shot like that, सब चढ़ जाएंगे उस पे. But I would still prefer that the intent. Like आप मारने जा रहे हो उसको, आपको उनका बेस्ट प्लेयर रहते बिकॉज खड़े रहिए। अगर आप डर एटलीस्ट उसको आप दिखा रहे कि मैं हमारे को दिखा रहे कि ट्राई कर रहा हूँ उसको मारने के लिए। इट्स एक्सीलेंट बॉल, कांट डू एनीथिंग अबाउट इट। मगर केएल राहुल पूरा टाइम क्रीज में जमा हुआ रहता है। यू हैव टू विद फास्टर बॉलर्स थोड़ा सा फ्रंट फुट निकालना पड़ता उन्हें। शाहीन शायद 3 विकेट लिया था वो T20 वर्ल्ड कप में अगेंस्ट इंडिया। विराट कोहली स्टेप डाउन द विकेट एंड हिट पंप्ड हिम डाउन द ग्राउंड फॉर 6। सो यू हैव टू शो दैट इंटेंट
भी है। एंड आई थिंक लाइक ये देखो भाई, जिस तरीके का केएल राहुल बैट्समैन है, आप देख लो उन्हें शुरू में ही टेक्स हिज टाइम, उन्हें काफी टाइम लेता है, एंड आई डोंट माइंड दैट। आप टाइम लेके सिचुएशन, आप सिचुएशन के टाइम जाके आप बैट शॉट पे भी आउट हुए तो फिर इरिटेशन होता। अब आप एक ओवर ले लिया, आप एक ओवर लिए बाद आप फिर वो एग्रेसिव इंटेंट बता रहे, जब आपको मालूम हालात है, फिर वो भी एक हौलापन है। आई थिंक थोड़ा आप भी अक्ल से काम लो। you know that the ball, if it like, अब मैं कैसे समझूं, बैट पैड के पीछे छुपा दे रहे, ये सब चीजें करे तो फिर हौलापना दिख रहा। So there's a lot of things to it. I mean, aggressive intent रखो, yes, but when you're taking one over to understand the conditions, then play according to the situation. I won't even mind if you're pacing your innings. Up play to the conditions of the pitch, no problem बोलता हूँ, but don't give your wicket cheaply and like based on being frightened or something. No, if you're giving it, also give it on a good ball. I wouldn't mind. But yeah, if you're taking 1 over to understand the condition and getting out on an aggressive intent, then that won't make sense. Then it was like bound to happen. Bound to happen था ये चीज तो.
Yep, I think that wraps it up, Fez. It was a good session. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe, share it with your friends and family. And फिर कल मिलेंगे match के बाद hopefully, and we'll discuss the game. And enjoy the match. Enjoy the current game. Pakistan are playing well right now. Fakhar and Babar at the crease. They're both the batting and building a partnership, and it looks like Pakistan in the driver's seat in this game. So enjoy the game today. Enjoy tomorrow, India Sri Lanka, and we'll catch you after that. Thank you, Fez, for your contribution, and I will catch you tomorrow. Take care.